Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Acupuncture, where we discuss acupuncture related health issues. So if you have any questions regarding acupuncture, if it can treat a certain condition, or you've never had acupuncture and you want to know some, information about it, you can leave them in the down bar in the comment section, and I will read through that and get back to you in a future video, or maybe feature your question in a video and make a video regarding a question you have. If you guys aren't aware of, I am an acupuncturist, so I am speaking regarding these topics on a professional level. I do have experiences treating patients, and I do currently treat patients, so I am speaking about these subjects as I see, with like results firsthand, as I see patients get better, as my patients come in with these conditions and how I've treated them and how well they responded. So I am talking about these subjects on a professional level. So let's get started. Today's topic will be whether acupuncture can help treat people suffering from anxiety and depression. Now, this is a very special subject for me because I personally had some issues with anxiety and depression, and I have gotten acupuncture treatments myself, and I have seen how well they've worked for my condition. And also, I have treated many cases of people with anxiety and depression, and I've seen how well people responded to this. So acupuncture, I can say, is very effective for anxiety and depression, and I find this condition to be more and more prevalent among our society because everyone is going. That's the American way of doing things. People are super busy, they don't slow down, they don't give themselves time, they can't find proper time to relax, and it's just a very hectic lifestyle, and that tend to create anxiety and depression as people get older. So basically, symptoms of anxiety can range very widely from just a little bit of feeling of anxiousness to physical symptoms like palpitation, meaning that you feel your heart pounding, as well as maybe just having difficulty kind of dealing with people in the public. You have anxiety when there's a crowd, you feel comfortable at home, or you feel anxiety going to a certain place that you don't feel comfortable going to, or it could be related to anxiety towards your work, your school, anxiety when you drive, you feel anxiety when you are in the car driving. It could be all kinds of circumstances, or it can come up basically anywhere, and it's just dependent on the individual or what they show up as symptoms. But typically physical symptoms can range from, like I said, heart palpitation, where you feel your heart pounding, chest tightness, you feel like short of breath or like hard to breathe. When you're feeling anxiety, you can kind of have some sort of your palm maybe get sweaty, your mind can be racing, you just don't feel very calm, basically, and it can be bothersome when you have that kind of feeling of anxiousness, and when you feel it coming up. Sometimes people also do have a very severe anxiety where they actually get kind of panic attacks, like they are in a situation that causes them to be anxious, so they feel panicky, like I said, they would have a hard time breathing, they need to breathe into a paper bag or something like that, or just overall maybe some upset stomach issues as well. You just pain or uneasiness in your stomach. It's very common to kind of suffer from sort of digestion issues when you suffer from kind of anxiety, or even like heartburn or something of that sort as well. And now these symptoms can all subside when you receive acupuncture treatments. You can actually get to a point where you no longer feel anxious doing the same thing that usually causes you to feel anxious. Now this will take a longer period of time. It's not in one treatment or two treatment, but if you were to get continuous treatment for a month or 2 months, you will notice that your symptoms physically or emotionally will calm down a lot, and you actually feel a sense of well-being under those circumstances. Like if it was anxiety driving or whatever, you actually feel calmer and less anxious when you have to do these tasks or things that usually causes you to be anxious. And then with anxiety, not always, but sometimes it does come with depression. Like you will feel anxious under certain circumstances, and you will feel depressed on other days or on other times. It kind of comes together. It's very hard to separate it completely and to have conditions where people only have one or the other. I mean, that's possible, but like I said, it's not very common to have only anxiety and no depression, or only depression or anxiety. You may have varies of degrees. You may have a more severe anxiety and less depression, or more severe depression and less anxiety. Like the degree of one or the other may kind of not be the same amount. You don't have to have the same amount of anxiety and depression, but it's very hard to have just one or the other. And symptoms of depression can range from low energy, feeling fatigued, don't want to get out of bed, no appetite, you don't want to eat, you just feel very, very down, and you don't want to be social, you don't want to talk to anyone, you want to shut yourself out of of the public eye, and also just no interest in anything in life, or just not feeling like you want to do anything at all. So acupuncture can help with that as well. It can definitely give you energy. It can improve your mood. You can improve your appetite, and it's a gradual process. It's not going to happen like a miracle overnight. And also with that kind of condition, whatever it might have caused it, whatever the reasoning may be, acupuncture can definitely help with depression, just like it can help with anxiety. It basically kind of just calms you down, and on top of that, you may also notice you sleep better, and you are able to just feel happier and better well-being, so it all kind of comes together. And a lot of the times people going through these kind of symptoms are going through major changes in their life. They are going through, let's say, for example, a divorce, or something going on with their jobs, or family issues that just kind of brings it on more. And then, as we continue to treat you and help you get through these situations, that once, your family circumstance or work circumstance subside, you also will feel better. But when you're going through the divorce, you might be feeling these symptoms. So when you get treated with acupuncture, you will feel better, as you're going through some sort of very stressful situations. It does come more towards, stress, like when you're under stress, anxiety, and depression can just arise up higher. That's why acupuncture is trying to calm you down. It's treating you from the core, in a sense that you're getting better, because we are calming your nerves, calming your central nervous system, and just calming your mind, just calming you down so that you don't feel it as much, or you almost don't have the symptoms, and you are able to deal with the situation or circumstance you have, on hand. Like I said, it's very, very effective. That is one of the things that I feel acupuncture is very effective in treating numerous things, but this is definitely one of them. And sometimes patients come in and they are put on antidepressants to help treat these conditions. Now, I don't know, or I wouldn't say, to come off these medications, but from my knowledge, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and there's side effects with these drugs. Sometimes you have a more severe case, like when you're on the drugs, your depression gets worse, and it's case by case. But at the same time, being on these drugs long term, being dependent on sort of these drugs where they kind of mess with your moods and emotions, it's definitely not a good thing. It's definitely not something that someone wants to be on medication to control their anxiety or depression for years on end, because it just gets you to a point where you don't know where your mood is coming from. Is it you that's feeling these kind of emotions, or is it the drug? Because sometimes the drug can bring it on as well. I mean, it's supposed to calm you down, but at the same time, it can bring up emotions. So, a lot of the times people come here while they're on medication, and then as I treat them, as they get better, they slowly reduce their meds to a point where they are barely needing meds, and a lot of times they are on several meds to kind of conquer their anxiety, depression, as well as sometimes they might be on sleeping meds, because that's very prevalent when you have insomnia, or insomnia brings on these conditions more, so they kind of go correlated. So and some of these drugs helps you sleep as well. Some of these medications that kind of helps with your mood also helps sleep. So also I would advise to maybe seek therapists or counseling as well, to talk to someone about whatever you're going through. But definitely acupuncture can help. And like I said, when they're on, like when they come for acupuncture regular treatments for a couple months or 6 months, they might feel really well to a point where they are cutting back on meds, or they are not needing meds, which is something that I think is good for the individual to be off of these meds, because like I said, I wouldn't advise someone to be on these meds for long periods of time. And also acupuncture can just kind of cures you from the root, so you really are feeling better, so you can just be off of medication and just get acupuncture treatments, and then slowly maybe get less and less acupuncture treatments, from 2 times a week to 1 time a week, or to every other week. After a year of getting acupuncture treatments, maybe you are really well, that you just needed one acupuncture treatment a month or something of that sort. That's also very possible. So my advice is, please seek acupuncture treatments if you're going through anxiety and depression. Like I said, I have dealt with that issue myself, and I have seen my symptoms get better, and I have seen myself improve. And don't be ashamed of yourself when you're going through this, because like I said, it's very common. Everyone has some levels of anxiety, depression. Some people more so than others, but it's very common to feel anxious or depressed. So it's not something that I would try to kind of be ashamed about. Or if your condition is very severe, definitely seek treatment, and seek alternative treatments, not just drugs, because the alternative treatments will treat the core, and you will feel calm from within, and you will be able to handle stressful situations better in the future. So that's pretty much what I have to say regarding this topic. Acupuncture is very effective for treating anxiety and depression. Please, seek help, and when you do get treatments, you will also notice your other areas of your life get better. You'll sleep better, you'll eat better, and etc. So that's it, and I don't want to continue to repeat myself. Acupuncture is very helpful for anxiety and depression, so seek out a local acupuncturist, get treated. It just once a week. Well, you will notice significant differences. I have patients who come in just once a week, and they really notice a difference. And when they miss a week or when they go without it for a little bit, they notice, that their their well-being is just not the same as when they do get regular treatments. So definitely get regular treatments in the beginning, and then as you get better and stronger, you can kind of cut back on your treatments. So that's it, and I hope everybody stay warm and be well, and like I said, leave me comments with your questions and I'll get back to you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.